The Miraulous berry, also known as miracle fruit, is an evergreen shrub that originates from West Africa, where it has been grown as an ornamental shrub and for its berries that have the unique ability to confer sweet flavors to otherwise bitter or acidic foods. Studies have shown that cuttings from this plant are difficult to root, and therefore most of the commercial production is done by seed. Sadly, I found this to be true in my experience with the Miraulous berry. Cuttings were taken from the softwood at the ends of the shrub. Here I'm speaking to the TA to determine where best to make my cut in the softwood stem cutting. We decided on about 1.5 inches away from the node so that the plant could be well anchored into the soil. Two styrofoam trays were filled with 40 softwood stem cuttings. Each tray consisted of 20 cuttings, and the medium used was a 1-to-1 ratio of peat and perlite. Holes were poked into the soil to prevent the IBA from rubbing off when the stem cuttings were planted. IBA was applied by using a powdered form of stem root number 1. Stem cuttings were dipped into the IBA and placed into the soil medium. Treatments were used to determine the effects of IBA and bottom heat on rooting success in stem cuttings. There were 4 treatments in all, and each consisted of 10 stem cuttings. Treatment number 1 consisted of IBA and bottom heat. Treatment number 2, IBA with no bottom heat. Treatment number 3, no IBA and bottom heat. Treatment number 4, no IBA, no bottom heat. The reasoning behind treatment number 3 and 4 was that I wanted to determine how much bottom heat alone affects rooting success, if at all. My logic was that if I could show that bottom heat was unnecessary, we can then eliminate this cost of production. Both trays were then placed inside the mist frame. One tray, however, with no bottom heat, was placed over top another styrofoam tray to prevent the heat from affecting the treatment. Finally, the results were definitely not what I was looking for. There was no root growth on either treatment. I had looked and pulled out a plant previously, and it looked like there was rooting happening, but I'm assuming what I was seeing was maybe some peat moss dangling off the stems. In hindsight, knowing that the Miraulous berry is a difficult plant to root by stem cuttings, I should have probably hedged my bet and planted a lot more stem cuttings than I did. I know that there was many among you that wanted to take this plant home with you. Sadly, I failed and couldn't deliver on that. One quick note on some of the things I could have done to improve my chance of success is maybe cut closer to the nodes, which is what was done in the literature, but I found it difficult once it came to planting the cuttings inside the styrofoam trays. Another option would be to pick a different soil medium. In the literature, they used a sand-based medium using river sand. They didn't really state why they picked this, but maybe if I use something like turface, this might have improved my results. And finally, I'd like to thank Danielle Donnelly and her TAs for creating a great learning environment and providing me with very interesting information and practical skills related to the world of plant propagation.